I'm starting a custom printing business and I'm documenting every step of the way. Welcome to episode 2 of Rich by 2026. I'm documenting the journey of becoming profitable by December of 2026. Last week I introduced myself and shared my vision with this project. And this week is going to be a more technical behind the scenes of week 1. I accomplished a lot, from dropping a bag on this printer to setting up my socials, but I also ran into a few problems that slowed me down. But luckily, all these problems had a simple solution. It just took hours to figure out. So if you want to hear the whole journey of what I went through week 1, go ahead and watch the video. But if you want to skip to those problems directly, go to these timestamps right here. But let's start at the beginning. Once I committed to making this business using the Eufy Make printer, I needed a brand name. I ended up choosing PMCE Creative. I think it has a good ring to it. And I was deciding between PMCE Customs or Creative. But I chose Creative because even though I'm doing custom prints on merchandise, I want this brand to be bigger than that. Content is going to be an integral part of the business for both marketing, revenue, and future products. So Creative has a more flexible and versatile sound. I had to wait a couple days for a couple $1,000s to transfer from my high yield savings account into my checking account. And the moment it cleared, I purchased the Eufy Make UV1 printer. But as I was making that purchase, I had a big decision to make. Do I just buy the starter bundle, which is just a machine and the ink and a couple of printing beds? Or do I buy the full set of attachments? This meant a rotary for tumblers, a UV DTF laminator, and the roll to film attachment. It would be almost $1,000 more to get everything. So it wasn't an easy decision, but at the end of the day, I ended up biting the bullet. I ended up getting the full bundle, and I did that for 2 reasons. If I bought each attachment later, it would cost about $500 more than bundling it all right now. Second is that this gives me the maximum creative capacity to make a wide variety of products the moment this machine arrives. One big mistake I made was I forgot to add the $55 worry-free protection that guarantees a full refund if this package is lost or damaged in transit. That's something I'm planning on fixing, and I'll probably show the process of me calling them in this or the next video. Now that the brand and printer were locked in, I needed a website. I chose Shopify, probably subconsciously because of all the ads that I've seen, but also it's intuitive and reputable. My long-term goal is to sell everywhere: eBay, Etsy, local events, but having my own Shopify store can help me avoid fees and also build my brand recognition. I signed up for the $1 for 3 months promo and bought my domain on the Shopify page for $16. And now this is where some of the problems started. One of the most important things when starting a business is to have a professional email. This includes having like contact or support at pmccreative.com. There are a few options for this, but I ended up going through Google Workspace. So that will give me access to Gmail and Google Drive. So I went to the Google Workspace website, put in my domain that I just bought, followed the steps, and it only showed me a $29 per month plan, not the cheap $7 a month plan. This was a huge red flag, because there is no way I'm paying that price. I asked ChatGPT what I did wrong, and it told me that I should have gone through the pricing page, not the normal Google Workspace sign up page. I went back through it using the googleworkspace.com/pricing, and sure enough, the $7 plan was right there. So I attempted to restart the setup, but Google told me that my domain was already in use from that first attempt. I thought I was stuck with this expensive planner locked out, but after going in circles trying to figure out how to avoid paying this $29 per month fee, if you accidentally start on the wrong plan, you can still start the trial, then immediately downgrade to the basic plan. Google makes it really hard to navigate to the downgrade options, so I will make sure to show you exactly how to find them. It seems like Google is taking advantage of small businesses, making it difficult to find the cheaper options and automatically giving you the most expensive plan, unless you start directly at their pricing page, but who would know how to do that? Luckily, I was able to figure this out, and I hope this helps other entrepreneurs avoid this mistake. Now that I have access to the Google Workspace account, I officially have a business email, and I was able to create aliases like contact billing hello at pmccreative.com to make everything more professional. But I still need to verify that all those accounts are working, and that will probably also be in the next video. And now that I have my business email, I created my TikTok and Instagram with 0 issues whatsoever. But then came my second problem, the one that almost stopped you from watching this video. When I went to make my YouTube channel, it said, "This account is not eligible." I checked everything from my Google admin panel, everything looked okay, to all my 2-step verification and verification processes, and I finally came around to the page that explained everything. Google requires either 30 days of Google Workspace account activity, which since I just started, obviously I didn't have yet, or they require $30 of processed payment. Since I was still in the 14-day trial period, no payments have been processed yet. So the end solution to get this YouTube channel going was to end the 14-day free trial, then prepay $40. Once that happened, it said this process might take up to 72 hours and then YouTube will be unlocked. This issue took me a few hours to solve, but now you know exactly what to do so you can get started earlier. The last part of week 1 was building my system. I created a full Notion workspace with an HQ including content ideas, scripts, deadlines, weekly goals, and I built an Excel sheet to track every expense starting now. I will be going over both of these in more detail in next week's video, so be sure to tune in then. Well, this pretty much wraps up week 1, what I'm calling the foundation week. And if there's anything else you want me to break down in more detail, please let me know down in the comments. Finally, thank you. Seriously. To everyone watching is a true day one. And my biggest goal is to build skills and systems now so when the printer arrives, I can create some truly great content. I'll see you guys next week.